I think it's safe to say that we are all still in complete shock over what we just saw. From finding out, who's really behind the shooting to finding out who is the traitor among us. We're going to break down Scandal Season 6, Episode 7, Traitor Among Us, right now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend.
Can we get a swing? Can we get this one way?
I'll help you carry on.
Jesus, fix it.
Can we just raise a toast?
Yes.
Oh my God.
We toasted to whose life was lost? Jennifer? We're going to toast to Jennifer.
Yes, Jennifer.
Jennifer. We're not toasting to Jennifer.
You better.
I'm not worried about her.
I kind of want to pour one out for a real one. But,
Not in the studio.
The shade starting off.
I
I know. Shady Boots goes to you right away.
right. How dare you?
I'm Jennifer. Is that who we all had in mind? Because that's not who I had in mind.
Well, that's the only one that's dead.
No, that's confirmed dead.
Well,
That's confirmed.
We will get there.
Okay.
What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for joining us on our Scandal After Show tonight. I know the mood is a bit somber, but we have so much to talk about. So we're going to get right to it. But first, I'm your host, Christine Alexis. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Christine Bean. I'm so hyped to be back this week, guys.
Welcome back.
Yes.
We're glad to have you back.
Yes.
Welcome back, girl.
And I'm Ryann Graham. You can find me on Twitter at Ryan with 2 N's Graham and on Instagram at Instagram.
And I'm Parris Rose. You can find me on Instagram and Snapchat. Still no Twitter. At Parris Rose with 2 R's.
But you have to love that they put get a Twitter,
Hashtag.
Paris.
Just noticed that.
Get a Twitter. Love that. Hey guys, what's up? I'm Jessica Williams. You can find me on Twitter at Miss Jessica WW and on Instagram at Miss Jessica Williams. Whoa!
Yes.
Guys, we see you. Like literally, I can't count how many people are in our live chat right now.
Jeez, oh, wow.
It is popping. So if you're watching live, go ahead and comment because we're going to be tuning in and saying what you guys have going on.
Yeah, shout out to everyone in
Yes.
the live chat, anyone who's listening in. Like us, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our after show. We love having you.
Please.
And we want to just dive right into it.
Yes.
So I know last week I watched the after show. I know
Thank you, girl.
Of course, you guys are my peeps. I know we kind of floated around the idea of these episodes kind of centering around one person and just kind of getting their take on everything. And this episode was really about Huck, and from start to finish, everything that he's gone through, and really just making sense of it all for the viewers and for the characters within our world.
Yeah.
But surprisingly, no flashbacks from Huck. Like that was
no.
that was surprising.
Yeah,
We were consistent in
Today.
Staying in the present, yeah.
So we didn't have to try to decipher and do all that stuff that we've had to do in the past. So
Yeah.
that's interesting, just in parallel.
Yeah, definitely interesting. But I don't even. I'm just
It's
still like
crazy.
kind of at a loss for words
Yeah,
because
no, I
the
get you.
ending completely. Like I swear I had a lot of things to talk about on this paper, and all I can think about is like how did we
We
get
didn't
to
have
this
time.
point?
We didn't have time to process it enough.
No.
Like,
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, we do watch live and go live right after. So this is pure, unfiltered,
Yeah.
organic commentary, and we're all just as flabbergasted as you are. But we can talk about the episode, starting with the very top, where we see Huck and Meg getting super close.
Yeah.
yes.
It kind of opens with this scene. I'm not sure if that was the opening scene, but very early on with them at the boxing ring, kind of
Yeah.
getting close, and a little flirtation, and I was low key kind of excited. I saw the the vibes going, but
I don't know if I was excited. I feel like anytime Huck has a love interest, I'm always like,
It's a little uncomfortable.
I'm like, because he's a little out there, and I'm like, if I never have to see another Huck sex scene, I'd be happy.
Yeah, and he likes the wounded animals
He does.
type,
No.
and she's just like,
I agree with you
just
guys.
so- like yeah.
But I mean,
it was a cute moment.
I was with you. Damn.
hate love now.
Damn.
All right.
Okay.
No, hashtag no love.
I'll say it was cute when he handed her the keys. Except he was so aggressive about it. Here are the keys in case you want to come over or whatever.
Yeah,
whatever
he's very serious. He's always like this cheer, like looking down. I don't know. I mean, I love Huck, but I don't know how anyone would really date him. He's kind of scary.
He is.
Like,
Real life.
He seems like the type to be like, his foreplay would be like rubbing a knife on you, or like, your face. Some wild stuff
literally.
like that.
The thing is, the way you said it was as if you had
Yeah.
experience. You said it as
yeah.
if this was just like,
like I thought it was something I could relate to.
A little fatal attraction
not
over here,
another guy who rubs a
Christine.
knife on me. Like, the way you said it was as
Right.
if this was a normal activity.
Oh
that
my
just
God.
So true. I thought I was following you, and then I was like, oh, knife. Oh. Yeah, no.
Can I say
I'm gonna
that?
just blame that on the wine. And we're
Blame
gonna
it on
keep going.
Right.
alcohol.
Oh, wow.
But Paige, can I just shout out Paige real quick in the live
Yes.
chat, because I really do feel like that her message kind of sums up our composure right now in reference to reaction. I'm assuming that she's a teacher, because she says, I'm going to dim the lights in my class tomorrow and tell my students that we are mourning for Huck
Oh,
tomorrow. So
please do.
you're gonna have a
Okay.
moment of silence in your
Don't mourn
classroom.
early.
It sounds like.
I don't know if this is
I
a
love
good
that.
time to like gauge this, but like, do you guys feel like he's actually dead before we like cry through this
I
whole
know.
after show?
No.
I'm gonna say no.
They can't do that.
Why do you guys think no?
I just feel like when they do have a death, they confirm it.
Yeah.
You see them dead, you see it. But he was still like, I'm a terrible actress, so I can't do it. But you know, he was still hanging on there.
Can you try?
I think it was the shot. I know she bombed.
You know, I tried. I was like, wait.
No, I'm still alive.
You know, I can't do it.
That's so funny.
But no, I think that it was strategic in where she shot him.
Yes.
It was like here and there. It was all random where the blood was coming from. If you're going to shoot someone, I mean, she did 2 straight shots in the heart and in the head of Jennifer. So she wanted Jennifer dead. I don't think that Huck's dead. I think that he's too big of a role. He's so unique in his personality and character on the show that I don't think they can just kill him off. And also, if they were going to, I think it would be like the final days of Huck. Like, I feel like it would be something
we would.
a bit more empathetic and sentimental.
I agree. I feel like if and when Huck, I mean, I guess it's possible he is dead, but I don't think he is. And I feel like if and when he dies, it'll be like a very dramatic moment. I feel like he'll die saving Olivia. I feel like because that
Ooh.
like he would. I feel like that seems like a Huck way to go out. This just doesn't strike me as like his last moment. And so I forget what. Maybe I imagined this, but someone was saying like it's possible that she also ended up falling in love with
Oh,
him.
yeah, I said that. I think
Yeah,
so.
because,
Paris, yeah.
She's like,
and so maybe she took those shots deliberately to like kill him,
Spare his
but
life,
be
yeah.
like, let me. Maybe she had a soft spot for him too, but I don't know because I don't like Meg. So I'm
well,
over it.
I don't
I can
know.
kind of get behind that theory. I mean, also just briefly before we started the after show, you did look up online and it shows that
yeah.
Huck does have credits for the rest of the
Yeah,
season,
rest of the
which
season.
could be flashbacks or present day, either way. Just to play devil's advocate a little bit, I think he could possibly really be dead because prior to this point, I feel like Huck didn't really have like a strong presence in the investigation and who killed Frankie Vargas besides like looking things up for Olivia and helping out here and there. I didn't feel like his character was as strong, and this whole episode we saw him kind of toss and turn with his inner conflicts of whether someone can change and is he really always someone who's been manipulated. Like I
Yeah.
feel like that actually could be a moment where his character could just come full circle and be like, you know what, like what else is he actually going to be used for?
No, that makes sense.
Wow.
You're so.
And
I
she
like
did
that.
have the
I like
moment
it.
where
Like
she
she
was.
can't
That's
be
good.
different.
Because even when she was talking to Meg, she was like, I don't need you to forgive him, but I need him to forgive himself. And you're right. So maybe that was like a final way to release Huck in a sense.
He's always been in pain, you know, and just struggling with who he is and what he's done and the decisions that he's made and why he falls for certain things. I mean, the fact that they even brought back Becky, like an old character, to help him understand why he, you
Is
know,
the way
so
he is,
readily,
yeah.
falls for things, and just the amount of turmoil he went through. I don't know. It could very well be the end for his character. I don't want it to be,
Right.
but I can see how they would cut it short. And this would be such a huge move for Shonda Rhimes to do right now.
Yeah.
Season
I mean,
6, a beloved
goodness.
character to take him from us.
Yeah, but then
That-
you just leave us with Charlie and Quinn.
Yeah,
I know.
We need
So-
OPA to be
But I
stronger.
see
I'm
your
gonna
point.
need them to bring in someone. We already lost Marcus to being press secretary.
Yes.
We just got used to him.
Yeah.
And
where is he been?
but then
Yeah,
also with
White House.
Huck taking him away, you have to think about Javier, his son. I mean, I know they haven't been around in this season at all, but still, it's like But something in the live chat, Makeup Catwalk 55. she says that Shonda kills off main characters a lot.
Does.
Think about
Yes.
McDreamy. Now,
Also, How to Get Away with
if you
Murder.
watch, Grey's Anatomy, yes, that was a sad, somber day when Derek died. But I feel like there's external reasons. So, of course, they let Harrison go because of personal issues outside of the show. They let McDreamy go because he wanted to pursue his movie career and things like that. So, we don't know any, like, pressing things in Huck's real life that would cause him to be off of the show.
I mean, maybe it doesn't have to be
It
as
would be
dramatic
sad.
or, the way these other
But I like
characters
how
have
you
left.
wrapped it up. Yeah,
But
that's a good point.
I definitely
Full
want
circle.
to, keep an eye on that. I mean, I always, it's always that TV theory that, like, unless you see the dead body, the person could still very well be alive.
Right.
And in this case, it happened literally at 9:58 this
Yeah.
happened. So we saw him bleeding out, but we didn't actually see the dead body. So I could be wrong. He could still very well be there next episode. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
In the air.
Yeah.
Also, I'm curious to see how Olivia reacts to this, whether he's dead or alive.
Yeah.
Because there was this scene where Huck was like, "No, you're wrong. I'm right," and it's like Olivia. I feel like she has this air about her where she's like, because she even is, I go with my gut, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, girl, take a Robitussin or whatever.
And her gut's been off for so long.
So you need to do something because it's not right. And so what I'm saying is I feel like that moment will probably eat her alive because she was proven wrong once and then again proven wrong because now Huck is shot. And it's like, so yeah, you were wrong about your dad and then you were also wrong about Meg.
Well,
twice.
no, she was never, Olivia was never, had an opinion about Meg. She didn't know the vast situation between Huck and Meg.
But I mean, like,
Huck said, you were wrong, I am right about her father.
Right.
And can we just, and then he was vindicated, but can we bring up the vindication? Because I just don't understand how in the 11th hour of you burying Sandra, that you just happen to feel behind her ear and decide, you know what, let me see if she has this mysterious chip that just happens to have all of the footage that was ever recorded off the video cameras.
Part of me feels like that's a B613 thing.
Yeah.
I think I think that like we're like that Shonda wants us to like make that jump that like because he
connection.
worked with him, he knows the secrets that Rowan would have.
Okay.
And he's like, before I do this, because he knew, he's like, I feel like Rowan has changed. Like I feel like this wasn't. So he's like, what do I know about Rowan? I know that this is a message he would leave because it's probably something that they have done in the
I like
past.
that.
And I think that that's where like that was a jump
I'm glad
that
you
they
saw
wanted
that
us to
'cause I
make.
was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
because but then also how did Huck get? How did Rowan get the actual security footage? If they were surveilling him like actually at their headquarters, and like how did he get all of that material?
Remember, he noticed the camera.
He noticed it, but how do you get access to the footage of it?
So Huck got that footage, if you saw it, when he took that little piece
Chip,
back to trace it, he typed in his, fake gamer typing, whatever, like trace to source code location. Like that popped up on the screen. So he traced that chip that those people the Two Live crew put in there.
Yes, okay, girl.
Because he also revealed that to Huck in their conversation on the platform that he knew that they were using that woman to get to him. So I think that was B613 move to think, okay, if they're using her, then they must have tabs on her too in some way, somehow.
I agree.
Oh,
I like
so maybe
that.
He's probably looking for clues on
and
her.
somehow, and so yeah, maybe he knew that they were probably tracking her. He got into it and they hacked into their computer program.
Had she still been alive, she would have been the only person to corroborate Rowan's story, but
Right.
she's dead.
Yeah.
So he
Right.
looked for one last piece on her, I think, to prove that there was something bigger than what Olivia could see. And god damn it, he found the key.
Yes.
Because
Found
See,
everything.
When things just turn and they're so obvious so quick, that's like a little questionable. I could more so go with what you're saying, that it's a B613 method, that Rowan found the piece of information about the cameras. He planted it in hopes of someone finding it, more than I think that she was tracked and Huck just happened to
Both
find
are viable.
where.
I feel like both
kinda play
are. I
into
mean,
each
but either
other.
way, either way, he found
Because
it.
just to go back, I feel like this is like the FBI situation, like how Quinn can just randomly walk into the FBI, disguise herself, use the chip in the card as the black head of FBI, get that information. There's so many things that's a little less realistic. Just like, if we can bring up for a second last week how Vargas was shot by Rowan being like within like 1 or 2 feet from him. His guts are hanging out the side of his brain, but yet they just believe that it was a lone shooter from
way away,
hundreds of miles away. Like, seriously, like the ballistics, as we talked about, where were those in determining that? It's I hate the unbelievable things that fall into place.
That's definitely where Scandal has its soap opera-esque
where it's like there's stuff that's just like,
we're still in Shondaland. You know, we're at her mercy in the sense that she can just, this is what's happening and that's just what it is. I definitely agree with your sentiment that it is unrealistic, but I think for the sake of where we are in the season, maybe they just want to push things along a little bit, because it leads us to now the next biggest where does this lead with Abby and her involvement with
Two Live
Crew.
Right.
Like,
well, and then even like I feel like something that like bothered me was like the moment when Huck was with Meg and he was like, they were there, I feel like in that moment he decompressed and he knew that she was like lying, and I feel like I wish he would have killed her. Like when they were, because like after they had sex and she brought
you guys said that.
I did immediately
Yeah,
afterwards,
we did.
because he was there. He as soon after they had sex, she asked about Olivia and he started to think like something's not right, and then he met with her again and he was like, he was literally holding the needle to her neck, and we both were like, kill her. Because the worst that can happen if you kill her right now is that, and you're wrong, is that an innocent person is dead. And I'm like,
That's the worst thing.
We thought that was so wrong.
Which is pretty
bad.
bad.
that is
we were like,
better.
no, kill her.
Oh, I was like, kill her. Because what's the worst?
Like, what's the
what is
worst? He
the
should've
worst that
killed
can
That's
happen?
the worst, that an innocent person can be
Right.
dead.
And not only an innocent person, but
It could be you or you.
But not only an innocent person, but an innocent person that Huck loves, and we don't see that many loves of Huck.
I know, but I think the reason why
Y'all saw something that we didn't, for sure.
I was like, kill.
I think he should have killed her. I feel the exact same way. I was like, I don't trust her. I think she's, by that point in the episode, I think we saw enough to know that A, we shouldn't trust her, and B, we shouldn't trust, just, you know, after he had that conversation with Becky.
Yes.
That to me was like the writers slowly telling us, like, hey, we brought this back so you can see this is exactly what's going to happen to you. It's foreshadowing. Like, they wouldn't bring her back for that scene if not to have the same thing happen to Huck again.
Right.
It was just a moment, I think, where you either learn your lesson or you don't. Like, and he took the fall for it.
And the funny thing is that this kind of brings me to my Shady Boots moment of the episode. I don't know if we have shady. We might not have it pulled up, which is fine if we don't have music.
Well, you know we do it.
Acapella.
Okay, and that's just what they'll do. And one of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you.
Oh no, someone said they don't like them. Oh wait, Shady Boots is for Meg? I don't think Meg gets the Shady Boots. I'm saying Quinn gets the damn Shady Boots. Because when Quinn was sitting there being so jealous, she was so clearly jealous of Meg. She was like, oh, that raggedy 2004 pixie cut. And then she also
Basic.
basic. And then she goes, Huck always falls for random psychos. And I'm like, Quinn, did you forget that not too long ago, you know what? The best shade throws itself. Because as soon as she said, I was like, Quinn, you were the harm psycho literally 2 seasons ago, and you have a basic Rachel Ray haircut. So I don't want to hear it, Quinn. I hate
It's like, it's only cute if it's not
I hate Quinn. Oh, and then Huck had a moment because he also because when Huck goes, no, she reads books about math. She's on Pinterest. I died.
That was the Shady Boots for me. She's still on Pinterest.
She's still on Pinterest.
It was very funny. Wait, what do you guys think? What did you think it was shady? I felt like that was the shadiest moment to me. Was when Quinn was being jealous.
I think that was shady, but I also think at the beginning of the episode when they opened up in that boxing ring, and there was like 2 good minutes that Quinn just stared at Meg like, I don't know what this is, and she looked at her.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And like that, I was like, ooh.
And like the thing is, I
in it all.
don't think that Quinn is over Huck at
Oh
all.
no.
Especially after
It's
tonight.
clear.
I'm like, there's no. And see, I mean,
Maybe
I don't
that's
know
why
where
she's
we're
so
going.
apprehensive to tie the knot with Charlie.
Yeah.
I mean,
Could be.
I mean, they're
She's
still gonna do
running,
it.
yeah.
But
Well.
actually, I agree with their Shady Boots, but I also want to give the Shady Boots to Abby in this episode.
Well, yes.
Well, the
I mean,
shadiest
ultimately,
mood.
but
Well,
that's
she-
different.
Can we have the Queen of Shade?
Yeah, that's not
worse than shady.
You don't have boots. You have lies.
You have a crown, darling.
Abby has a shady
Yes.
trench coat.
Yes.
Oh, God,
Well,
terrible.
I specifically because I thought it was very strange that when Huck came and asked for her help, and he, as soon as she mentioned Jennifer Fields is still alive, she's like, who was that inmate you needed to see? Like, she was ready to help him right away. I feel like that should have been our tip off that
I
she
just
had
thought she
something
was-
to gain by
Yeah.
knowing where Jennifer was.
What you think?
I mean, retrospectively now we can see that,
Why,
but
yeah,
I didn't
but-
catch it in the moment.
No, I was
be
gonna
honest.
say that I just thought that she was being like Olivia, wanting to get everything, wanting to be ahead of the game. I thought she was gonna be happy to bring this like doggy bone home almost. That's why I thought she was interested in it, but
No,
clearly I was
I
wrong.
wish.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I just thought that she, first off, welcome back White House.
Yeah.
Haven't seen you in a
Yeah,
while.
right?
We missed you. But yeah, I agree. You know, with Parris, I just literally thought that she was just like, ooh, I just need something to try to dissect and try to be involved. And,
Right.
and I was so shocked. Like, literally, the first time my mouth opened in the episode was when Huck said that to her. I was like, that's golden information. Why would you
Yes.
release this
So-
golden
yes.
intel? That's so huge. So that threw me off, but it wasn't in the same way. You guys were seeing things tonight because
did.
nope. I was just like, why would he say that?
That's where I was. So we were on the
Yeah,
same
we were on the
page.
same
I was
wall.
thinking, why would he give her that information? It took them so long to find it.
That's insane.
Off.
I want to take a second to talk a little bit more about Papa Pope because at this point, I mean, I personally love that scene where Huck and Papa Pope were on the platform and they were kind of having this like cat and mouse kind of moment, and that conversation was so pivotal to the entire episode. But I'm just curious to know like what's gonna happen to his character from here on out, because now
Papa
Liv knows,
Pope's?
yeah,
Okay.
Liv knows the truth. Is she still gonna try and kill him? What
She called it
No,
off.
I mean,
we
obviously,
saw her. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
obviously not. But it's like, what do you do now? Where does his character go from here?
I feel like this is a new side of him. I don't think we've ever seen him actually be like afraid, and not like afraid of like for his life, because I don't think that is something he has. But I think he does actually love. I mean, he loves Olivia, and like I think that is scarier to him. So I think we're gonna play this out, and honestly, I don't think he will make it out of the season. If I'm
I
being
don't think so
completely honest, I don't think
either.
he'll make it out.
Seeing
Really?
how quick
Papa
they killed Huck,
Pope?
I feel like he's next.
Well, okay, we don't know if Huck is dead. How quick
Right,
they
we
kill
don't.
everybody.
Yes.
Everybody dead. Kill them all. Kill them all.
Hide your kids, hide your wife,
Right.
make sure everybody out
The
here.
only
everybody.
person I really wish Fitz would have gotten shot, because he's my least.
Wait a minute.
I'm someone. He's
Oh,
way
my
out
God.
here.
Fitz is not. So
leave
you don't
my
like
boo
anyone
alone?
on the
Fitz wasn't
show.
even in this episode.
Sure
though.
wasn't.
I think you make a good point about. You have a theory about Papa Pope.
Oh no, I don't.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, I think that, okay, so I can't help but just reiterate that I am so uncomfortable with the way that Olivia found out the information and saw all the video footage from the past episode that we saw. She basically watched season 6, episode 6 with us with the footage. But anyway, I'm going to get over that. So I think that definitely she trusts clearly her father, because her father shot the love of his life for her, and she saw that. So I think that this is actually going to change the dynamic and the relationship between Papa Pope and his daughter. I think that she's going to have more respect for him, and I think that it's going to change the keywords that he said a couple of episodes ago, is that you see me as the predator, and that is your mistake, Olivia. And I think that she is going to change that. Now, his role moving forward, they still want things from him, and they don't know that they are caught on that. OPA has caught on to the 2 Live crew.
Right.
Huck investigated the fact that Meg was meeting with this lady. He can clearly recognize her. Now that Meg, now that Meg has shot Huck,
I think it's gonna.
they may be. It's out there now
gonna
that
explode
they're
now.
familiar with.
I think at this point, the fact that Meg shot them, and even the fact that she shot Huck, regardless if he's alive or not, it's out, and there's no way that Olivia will have to know that she is involved with whoever this other group is, because like who else would send this to happen? I think the bigger thing is gonna be how she finds out about Abby. Because like honestly, nobody knows that Abby's involved but 2 Live crew, and I think that is going to be the
And Meg.
bigger problem, is because that is the
I
bigger
agree. It's going to
issue.
take several links to get back to Abby, because even if Olivia and OPA find out that Huck was shot, he was shot by Meg, and like what is the relation between the two? And if they make it where Huck actually stays alive, he's probably going to be hospitalized.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to be
vegetable.
Yeah, he's not
going to
going to be able to talk for a
long.
while.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is, Meg was like, "Oh, I tried to file a police report against you, but you were not found." So how can he check into the hospital? Side note, that's just random.
She could have been lying about that. So she was.
No, but they can.
You're right. She wouldn't have filed a police report if she really wasn't scared.
Yeah, I mean,
I hate
also
her.
side note about like why didn't Liv go with him to the hotel room?
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
Why wasn't she there with him? She came to Meg's house to have them talk, and then it's like, oh, we're gonna let you see Jennifer.
She don't like to handle everything.
Well, I guess maybe at that point she thought that they were like
okay.
That they were okay.
Yeah.
She was like, okay, we apologize to you because they thought she was innocent at that point, and
Yeah.
so that was what she thought that she was still looking for her friend, and she was like, okay, all along, like. I don't want to be here because this traumatic thing just happened to you. Huck needs to do this because he's the one who hurt you, and so let him handle.
Yeah.
I think that was the thought behind it.
I
Also,
agree.
for the sake of the story.
Yeah, I
she
can
couldn't
totally
have
see
been
that.
there.
But
for
can
sure.
we, clear up why they thought Meg was just clear? I mean, we found out that Rowan was in the clear and that we saw it on the footage. But why did that mean, okay, since Rowan is innocent, why did that mean Meg was innocent?
Huck looked in her
Probably
eyes.
Huck, yeah, I think
He looked in her eyes.
No, but why did Olivia take Huck to her to apologize? Like, why did that all go down? Why?
Because so at that point, if he like, I guess they made the assumption that if he was right about Rowan, Meg was this. They because they would have no reason to think that she was connected in any way. And so Olivia took Huck to. To Meg's house because at that point they were like, she's an innocent person, and he just like threatened her, and that is a scary.
I think it was in reverse. I think that Huck took Olivia.
Oh, you don't think
to
that Olivia
vouch
did it?
for his actions?
You're so right.
Because Olivia really has no connection with Meg.
It has no real reason to talk to her.
Yeah, it has no real reason, and I'm sorry, but I don't think that it has to do with them trying to say that Huck was right about Rowan, therefore he's right about Meg, because I think that his issues with Meg was within himself. He had the struggle. He found out the information. He went to her house. He tried to shoot her in the neck with a needle, and he decided not to. Mm-hmm. So it was his decision to go back and say, Liv, you know what? I think I effed up. I really do think that she's a good person. Could you help me defend myself?
Make it up for myself.
my question is, I want to know why they thought that at this point in their investigation, and for what little they know about what the bigger picture is, that they thought it would be a good point to introduce Meg back to Jennifer. Like, that could happen after they get all their answers and this is all taken care of. Why did she need to go talk to her right now? Because I know Meg really wanted to talk to Liv to find out more and get justice for her friend. But now that she knows her friend's alive, like,
what did it matter?
I get that you want to reunite and do all that, but I feel like thinking smart, regular Liv, without all the extra emotions and things that happened this episode, would have been like, all right, until we know what's what, like, monitor the situation. That's why I was saying I'm surprised that she wasn't there, because we still don't have all the answers yet.
Also, where was Jake?
Exactly.
Yeah,
because from what they said, when Jake told her about what was going on, she didn't take it so well. She kind of removed herself from that situation and decided to make the call to kill Rowan herself. Now she's on board, and she, gives her access to Jennifer. I just thought that was weird.
It was very weird.
I think the changing point was the three of them in the hotel. I think when Jake and Quinn and Huck confronted them, it was kind of like okay, the resolution was we're on the same page. So I think that's probably why Jake wasn't there, because he was able to trust more people of OPA. So it wasn't weird to me that they brought Meg to see Jennifer, only because that's her friend. She's been worried about her. This is Huck's girlfriend. Yeah. She's trusted. There was different, and I think that honestly they got all that they could out of Jennifer when Jake saved her. She told Jake everything that Rowan had said to her, everything that was planned. The only thing they could have used her for was to vindicate Cyrus and helping his plea of saying, you know what, I made that missed phone call.
Right. And I guess
but then if that's the case, then like bigger picture wise, I just wish they didn't bring her.
The thing is, I think because now that we know that Abby is the one who wanted Jennifer dead, I get why Abby will want Jennifer dead, but I think I'm confused as to why Abby is working with 2 Live Crew. Like, so say Meg was her own.
that.
You know what I'm saying? But like, think about it. If Meg was her own standalone, and like Abby was like, I need you to kill her because she is going to bust the fact that Cyrus didn't actually commit this crime, which benefits Abby, or like that's what, because that's Abby created this narrative. Like that's what she wanted. So I'm saying, why is she now involved with these other people? I think that's where I'm confused because I don't see what benefit those people have for Abby.
Well,
am I? Am I off on that?
I mean, I want to know what the motive is too.
you have
It
to
doesn't
start
make
from
sense
but you have
to
to start
me.
from the beginning. Like, it's not the fact that Abby wanted Jennifer dead, so she sent Meg. It's the fact that starting way at the beginning, Abby is involved with these people who have the money and the access to make things happen. So the first question is, why did Abby want for Mellie to be in the White
President.
House?
Yes.
Like, how does that benefit Abby? Because, I mean, what is it? Because she took Cyrus's spot as chief of staff and she felt like she had no more power if he was to win, if Frankie and the Democrats would be in the White House because Abby is a Republican with Fitz. That could be it. She's
wants to
searching
serve
for
another
her
grant.
power.
Yeah.
She wants to serve another grant. She wanted Mellie to be there. So Mellie, so that's where we have to start, I feel
Yeah.
like. And then say, okay, Abby wanted Mellie in the White House, so she hired these people with money and access, kind of what we talked about last week, this Republican access situation. So she hires them to facilitate this situation, so then now they execute it. So now it boils back to
When you say hires them, are you saying hiring Meg or
Two
the
Live
Live
Crew?
Crew?
No.
See, I disagree. I think it's the other way around. I think they're too powerful. I think they approached Abby.
but
I think
how
it was the other way around.
can you explain, like, how would that play out?
I'm not sure how, but just in the sense of like the power they exude and how much control they have and the reach, I feel like they approached her somehow. I think we're gonna see maybe next week what she stands to gain from all this. Could be for all the same reasons you said, but I just don't see that she
her
could
having
have
the
access
money
to
and
those
power
people
to
and
say, "Hey, do
and
this."
execute that.
A lot of people are in the chat are actually saying, because I'm Greatest One and Ashley, a lot of them are saying, or actually said Mellie's not smart enough, but people seem to be saying that Mellie might be the mastermind behind all this because she's hungry and she wants it.
That was one of the theories you guys kind of tossed around last
Yeah.
week, which
I
I was kind
know.
of curious to see if we get that, but
I still disagree with the Mellie.
I think I said it last week, and I'll backtrack on it just because. Just the way this is playing out, I feel like if Mellie was gonna do it, why would she go through Abby? Like, to me, I'm shook.
why would you
I-
Abby
Yeah.
when
Abby
is
really
just
threw me. Like,
Yes.
I thought Abby would do a lot of things, but I'm like, this to me,
yeah.
because not
And
only
kill Huck.
that's what I'm saying, because she not only like her wanting Jennifer dead. I'm like, okay, I get that. That's your
Yeah.
name, but you wanting Huck dead,
And we
means
see in the
something
preview, she's
else.
like, "What happened to him? Like, where?" And Huck, and she's like, he's dead, or
She didn't
he's,
say, but she
No,
all but said he's
Yeah.
dead.
And I think it rolls back to what you said about the love. I think that she's gonna act like he's dead, but really Meg actually loves Huck enough to keep him alive.
I think so. I think in that
Yeah,
moment
for
where Huck actually trusted Meg, even though she was lying, I think she was like, "Oh my gosh, look
took
at!" I'm
sentiment
like,
too.
Cheryl is
Yeah.
on your
I
side,
agree.
Christine. She's saying, like, where would Abby get the resources to hire 2 Live Crew? Which I agree. I think Abby probably has some money, but I don't think she has money and power to do that. I don't. Yeah. just
Choose me, please choose me.
Let's go.
So, we saw just a couple of weeks ago Abby exercise her power within the White House by basically making statements on behalf of Fitz, which is the president, the most powerful man on earth. So, if these people want something from the president, want something that can only be kind of, not exactly, but kind of similar to the whole Olivia kidnapping, start a war propaganda, they want something from the president. And if Abby can guarantee that Mellie is the next president, and if she can filter herself in it some type of way, I feel like they have some type of leverage to something that they want accomplished. So I think that would be Abby's motive. I think that honestly, just and this is just my, we're not even to predict. Okay, I'm trying to do
prediction?
predictions just
I mean, we
yet.
can go there.
Can we?
We got 8 minutes to
Okay.
go, so let's take
Can
it.
we move into
Our
predictions so I
afterwards
can? Yes, predictions. Yes. Let's do a little shoulder lean, Christine. Shoulder.
Someone asked you where you got your top 2. I think it was Khadijah. Just
Oh,
throwing it out there.
I want to say love
Cute.
culture at the mall.
So
At
cute.
the mall.
Girl, there are millions of malls in America.
Right.
Okay, if you live in California, at the West Side Pavilion in Westwood.
There you go.
All right.
There you go, Khadijah.
Hey. So I think that Abby is actually the head of the 2 Live crew. I do for some reason
Whoa.
because
Talk about it.
Abby has gotten so deep into her head and her power, and she wants to be Olivia so bad, it's unreal. And I think that she said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna create my own people. I'm gonna get my own people in line because I want for Melly to be president for this reason. This helps me, and I'm gonna make sure that it happens. So you hire the people that you need to. And guess what? I know Rowan's background. I know who Eli Pope is. So I'm gonna tell you that you need to find him and then execute this thing. And so I think that she I think that she's behind it, and I do think that she wanted Jennifer dead because that was the only way to vindicate Cyrus, because she wants to put dang. You know what? I'm sorry. As I say it, but wait. As I say it, she was the only one that was going so hard for Cyrus to not be in jail. She was the only one that she used her presidential power that I'm speaking of right now to go to the FBI director and go to the attorney general to say, you know what, the president says that Cyrus doesn't need the death penalty. Maybe, I'm sorry, I'm literally unpacking this as I'm going. Maybe she wanted Cyrus to be arrested for it, but she was trying to fight so hard for him not to get the death penalty because she set this whole thing up, and she was like, you know what, he can get arrested, but I don't want him to die for it.
But why would she
Remember?
save Cyrus and not Huck? Like, why would she care more
didn't
about...
but listen, she didn't save Cyrus. As I was just thinking about it, I thought about it. She didn't save Cyrus. She just was trying to prevent them from doing the death penalty. That was the point of bringing in Jake. That was the point of trying to defer the fact that he was full on the assassin.
I could see it.
She just wanted the
Silence.
death penalty for Cyrus.
It's possible.
It's
do you
anything
think?
is possible.
No, I'm not. What do you think? Like,
think
what's
we
your
should
We go to the opposite side because I'm more with you, so it's gonna be the same.
I guess, like, to me, part of me, just the way Jake is and is doing things, I feel like he's so jaded and so over all of it. Part of me feels like he is somewhere pulling more strings than we think.
Jake, not my Jake.
I don't know. Just the way he was there with Abby and Huck when they were having their fight. I was like, that seems weird that he's just kind of like, oh wait, I have this picture of Sandra, because he's the one who even told Quinn and Huck about Sandra. And I'm like, all right, I get that you were following Rowan or like looking up on him, but that was weird that you just offered up the information for them to see so you could go find this footage, so you can go tell Olivia. Like, part of me feels like Jake is playing like a double agent, and like I think he is more in charge than he's letting on. Like,
So you think it's Jake?
I feel like Jake could have definitely sent the 2 Live crew to Rowan to set him up to make, so that way it makes him look like, oh yeah, you gave me this mission, blah 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 blah. Like, I feel like why not?
I have a question. Can I? What would be his motive?
I think because he's been screwed over by the Popes, both of them, so much. He's like, let's get rid of them.
But he didn't want. Let's think about the end result. The end result in killing Frankie and framing Cyrus is to make Melly and him president and vice president. He didn't want that from the jump. He didn't want to be under anyone's reign. So why would he create this whole situation
For no reason,
just to
you're
get
right.
himself in the White House?
And it's messy, the situation. I feel like Jake is he's more clean than that.
I have
Well-
to agree with you on that one.
Well, all right. Well, fine. I'll scrap that prediction. Well, I'll give my other prediction. While I don't think Huck is dead, I do believe that we will not leave this season with everyone intact. I think either Abby or Papa Pope will be the one who ends up dying. I don't know who. I'm leaning more towards Papa Pope, but I feel like Huck will be okay, and one of those two is going to
That would be a sad day on
I-
Scandal.
I
Papa
feel
Pope.
like
What will we do without his monologues?
Right.
Joe Morin, damn. I'm gonna have to agree with you that I don't think that someone's gonna make it out of this season alive. I agree that it will be Papa Pope. Just like getting back to what I said before, like where does his character necessarily go from here? Because prior to this point, he's always just been that menacing X factor that seems to throw a wrench in everything that's going on, and they kind of just unpacked him like, you're actually kind of soft. And for him to go back to being some sort of lethal force at this point on, I just don't see happening. I also don't know that I can see him kumbaya and joining OPA to help them. I mean, maybe in this next episode, I kind of, my prediction is that Jake, Liv, and Rowan, and, you know, maybe they'll start to come together to figure some things out, but I don't think that Rowan will make it out of that. I think that somehow, some way, his character is going to be disposed of, and I think ultimately Abby will pay the price for whatever whatever this is and whatever her involvement is. Her character is going to unravel.
Yes.
I also don't think she's in charge. I feel like
I don't think so
there's no
either.
way.
I
She's a
just
puppet.
don't.
She is a puppet. Of
I
someone.
think she's in charge. I'm with
I don't know
Jessica.
who, but I feel like
I feel like her character has progressed. It's constantly
I
getting
agree.
darker
But I
and
think-
stronger. So I feel like this could be.
I guess I just feel like Abby is constantly attached to someone else's power. No matter where it is. She's either under Cyrus,
This
under
is the full
Olivia.
unraveling, though. That's what I think. Papa Pope is
advanced.
losing his power, as we're seeing, and that he could be the one who dies, and that Abby is actually gaining her power, and it's becoming a new. It's turn of events on Scandal. I see it that way. We also still haven't talked about the mole. There's still
Yeah,
a
who do we think it is?
mole.
Because the mole's still around.
I think it's Charlie. I'm not gonna say
thank
still.
you.
I do think it's Charlie because who else is? I know you guys were saying it's so obvious. It's too obvious, which it is.
It is. That's why.
But then Shonda still has those moments where Scandal's like, oh, we're kind of disappointed. So
True.
it could
It's
be
like,
that.
Oh, well, yeah.
Well,
Who
let me
else is
just say,
close?
let
Quinn.
me just jump in real quick because
I love Quinn, so I can't. I love Quinn.
Jump in real quick.
Yes, because I put Charlie to rest, but I do think that Charlie could possibly be the mole because he's the only one that's not personally connected to Olivia to care enough about her. I don't think it's Quinn. She saved Quinn. She saved all of these people. Huck, all of OPA she saved. But Charlie is still around. And it annoys me at the beginning of the episode when Charlie always acts like he doesn't know who people are. Jennifer? Wait, who's Jennifer? Oh, yeah, she's the one with the hand.
Yes.
Dude, you're
know
a
what you're doing.
B613. You know who people are.
You know
That's the thing,
exactly
just
who
like
everyone
quirky.
is. No, that's true.
Yeah.
No, I do think he's a
He
douche,
always tries to
but-
play it off, but he...
I'm telling you, I still feel like Quinn. Something about her tonight. I was like, maybe.
We know you're not Team Quinn.
I just don't like Quinn. I'll just
She
say.
is ride or die. Quinn is ride or die, in my opinion. She's ride or die.
I hope her
But what we
ride.
do know is that this episode is pretty epic, and it has us talking, it has us disagreeing,
like, damn.
and that's what I've been waiting for.
Yes.
So that's what we do know.
Cheers.
Cheers
Yeah.
to that. Cheers to this episode totally changing the game
Yes.
for Scandal.
Also, for those of you who are of age and can drink at home, have a drink with some, pour some out
Cheers.
for our potentially lost
Pour out
ones.
for the home.
No, he's not doing
Um,
it.
well,
not.
I loved
not it.
tonight's episode so much. I mean, I thought last week's episode was amazing, but this one just topped it. And I'm so excited to see where they take it. I'm hoping the writing does us justice and we don't get any plot holes because I really want to know everything.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for joining us on our after show. Shout out to everyone who stays up late at night. Like, we appreciate you so much.
Absolutely.
Everyone in the in the live chat, whether you're listening on AfterBuzzTV.com or on YouTube, we're so happy to have you here, and we'd love to continue the conversation with you offline. Jessica, where can they find you?
Oh, just throw it to me. Okay. First tonight. You can find me on Twitter at Miss Jessica Williams WW. No, that's not right. Miss Jessica WW. She threw me off a little bit. Miss Jessica WW, and on Instagram at Miss Jessica Williams. And just by the way, we see all the goodies that's coming in. So please continue to message us on this. Like the video. Please like the video and continue to comment, and we will respond.
All right, and I'm Parris Rose. You can find me on Instagram and Snapchat at Parris Rose.
Also, I'm Ryann Graham. You can find me on Twitter at Ryan with 2 N's Graham, and I'm gonna start Twitter for Paris this weekend.
Make sure you follow that.
So follow that, whatever it'll be.
And I'm your host, Christine Alexis. As always, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Christine Mean. So good to have you guys. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.